Should Don keep his life insurance? So I'm going to share with you an email that old Don had sent me here. So Don is 64 years old. He has a pacemaker in his heart, but he says he's in pretty good health other than that. He's got $380,000 of a mortgage outstanding on a home that's worth $800,000. He's got 1.1 million in his 401k and $400,000 in CDs. I presume those are in non-IRAs, so just good old-fashioned bank account. All right, so we got a couple things. He's paying $500 a month for a term policy. He didn't say what the death benefit is, so hopefully it's enough to cover the mortgage that he has. And again, I think the mortgage was, say, 360 is what it was, 360. All right, so Don is 64. Heart is not, I mean, obviously he's in good shape, he thinks, but, if you getting something put in your heart, that makes you at risk more so than someone who doesn't have a pacemaker in the heart. So we don't know what Don's longevity is, but, he's probably not going to keel over tomorrow. But we don't know. That's the thing when it comes to life insurance. We don't know when you're going to die. We don't. Now, the vast majority of term insurances, they expire before you do. I think at USA it was like 98% of term policies expired, worthless. So you survived your term policy. My rule of thumb on term life, any kind of life insurance, is that you want enough for at least 2 years of income for your surviving spouse and to pay all debts. So all debts paid and 2 years of income for your surviving spouse. Now, all these life insurance guys will say, but that doesn't put your kid through college, blah, blah, blah. I never bought into that stuff. What they call it the human life value or something like that, where they can sell you millions of dollars of life insurance for $50,000 a year. Your kid is 14 years old, and with inflation. Oh, dude, I hated that crap. Because basically what happens is no one buys any life insurance. Like, I don't need $5 million. I just need a couple to pay off my mortgage. All right, but Don can pay off his mortgage right now with the CDs. All right, so if Don died right now, his wife could take those CDs, pay off the mortgage, done. Don's wife, Mrs. Don, has a $800,000 house, no debt on it, plus 1.1 million in 401k money. Oh, by the way, assuming she's 64 as well, she can take either her own Social Security benefit reduced and allow Dawn's survivor benefit to continue on until she's her full retirement age, where she get the max. Remember, there's two benefits here. A survivor benefit is separate from your own benefit. All right, so we're not talking spousal benefits. We're talking survivor benefit or your own benefit. So if you take your survivor benefit before your full retirement age, the benefit is reduced, just like if you took your own benefit before the full retirement age. In this case, you can take a survivor benefit. It would be reduced, assuming Miss Dawn is under the age of 67. And she could allow her own benefit, if she has one, to grow with delayed earnings credits. In fact, she can allow her own benefit to grow until she's 70. It's a great strategy that Social Security has really screwed a lot of people out of, without question. I mean, it's nuts, and they just don't care. Or she could take her own benefit reduced, and then when she hits 67 at her full retirement age, capture the full survivor benefit. So it's just a matter of crunching the numbers there. So it's not like if Dawn died without the life insurance, she doesn't have enough to pay off her mortgage. She does. Live off 1.1 million. I mean, 55% of 1.1 million is over 50,000 a year, plus another probably $2,000 to $3,000 a year in life in a survivor benefit or her own benefit, whatever it is. You know what I'm saying? I mean, come on, that's $90,000 a year roughly for a single woman with an $800,000 home. She'll probably downsize the house anyway. So for me, because I'm going to be 53 here, and by the way, if you want, you look so tired, Josh. You must be stressed. No, I just got back from the airport. I had to take old Chloe. It's 9 o'clock a.m. Had to take Chloe to the airport. Had to get up at 4 to make sure she got down there on time. And anytime you're dealing with Atlanta traffic, dude, this is the 5th time I've been to the airport in 5 weeks. And anytime you're dealing with Atlanta traffic, you got to give yourself some time, because you might not ever make it back. I would rather sit in New York City with Bill de Blasio, listening to Cher, and watching the Pride festivities on New Year's Eve without any freaking shoes on during the cold, watching the 57 flavors parade around in their pride, as opposed to going down to the Atlanta airport. That's how bad it is. Today was actually pretty cut and dry. I was pleasantly surprised, but I have a call here in about an hour, so I don't have enough time to take a nap, but I certainly will here shortly. So no, I appreciate the sentiments. You look so stressed. Not stressed, just tired. By the way, Saw Palmetto. Someone had emailed me that because I set up my locals channel. And I'm waking up every night. You have to go pee. Apparently, as you get older, that happens more and more because your prostate gets bigger or something like that. I don't know. And people and there's pharmaceuticals that you can take. Like, man, I'm trying to avoid pharmaceuticals, but people. So some guy said there's this thing, a natural thing called saw palmetto. Saw like a saw, SAW, palmetto. So I'll probably try some of that to see if I can't reduce my prostate, so I don't have to wake up in the middle of the night and go pee. Because sometimes I have a hard time falling back to sleep. And that does make you tired, and that's not good. So anyway, apparently I'm not the only one because there's a big industry of people having to deal with this, which kind of sucks. As you get older, you need your sleep, dude. I mean, look at this beautiful face. Look at this beautiful, tan skin. My pearly yellows. I gotta keep beauty rest, man. If I don't get enough rest, I don't get enough beauty. I gotta be beautiful. All right. So for me, I'm 53 in 2 days. My wife is 49. We're not old enough to qualify for Social Security. So if she died, she doesn't get Social Security. I mean, we have 2 kids, one's 15, one's 16. She could get a survivor benefit on my children until they're 18 or something like that. But then it's gone. So I need a life insurance policy because I got a debt on this thing right here. Now I got a lot of equity, tons of equity, but I don't want her to have to sell the house right out the gate if something were to happen to me. All right. So I keep $1.5 million of life insurance. It costs me $1,400 a year for $1.45 million. And I think until I'm 60. All right, so if I were to die, my wife would have well enough to pay off the mortgage, help the kids out with college, live freaking, cavorting all over the place, probably with the pride people up in New York City because she's going to be partying like it's 1999. The ogre is dead essentially, so she'd party like it's crazy. And then she'd be fine, you know what I'm saying? Because she doesn't need this big old house. And she'll keep it for a couple of years while the kids are still in high school. But after that, downsize. I don't eat. She don't need to feed me, you know what I'm saying? So it'd be a lot less expensive for her. And that. So anyway, the long story short is keep your life insurance enough to pay off the mortgage unless you have alternatives. And in this case, Don's alternative, well, his wife's going to have $1.1 million plus $400,000 in CDs with only $360,000 of debt. And I imagine the debt payment is probably not that unbearable. I mean, heaven's sake, $400,000 in CDs at 5%, that's $20,000 a year. That could probably pay the mortgage anyway, if that makes sense. Now, he's paying $6,000 a year, $500 a month for that life insurance for something that doesn't really need that much anymore. I can't tell him to drop it. I'd never say that because I don't know her circumstance. I don't know the death benefit. The minute he dropped it, his wife he would die. It always happens. You drop the death benefit, you die. The very next day, his wife calls and said, "You told my." I'm not saying he should do that. I'm just saying, in my opinion, the wife will probably be just fine without the life insurance, and then he can hoard the $6,000 a year in his own cash account as opposed to that. But I can't tell him to do that. It's up to him. I'm not making a call here. I know for me, I keep my life insurance 100%, but I don't pay $500 a month either, and I got kids. And my wife isn't 64 or whatever Don's wife is. You see what I'm saying? So it's really a matter of preference. But $500 a month, that's real money. And the likelihood of Don dying anytime soon, I mean, if you smell Fauci. When Fauci and his beagles come, then you probably want to have life insurance. You know what I'm saying? Because Fauci and his beagles, because Fauci's like the Pied Piper, and the beagles follow suit. You've heard about Fauci operating on beagles, right? The CDC operating on beagles is freaking disgusting. Disgusting people. So when the CDC with Fauci and his band of beagles like the Pied Piper come, you know that you're on death's door. You definitely want life insurance then. Will that happen to Don anytime soon? Probably not. But anyway, as always, if you like these videos, if you want to support me, you can buy me a cup of coffee. The link will be in the doobie-dook. Sign up for my newsletter. And if you have questions, thoughts, or comments, put them in. Love to hear them. Thanks now.